Good morning and happy Saturday. I hope you're enjoying this beautiful weather. It's about 11 o'clock here Saturday morning. So I wanted to go through a couple things. I know there's been a little bit of confusion on the assignments. I apologize for that. It seems like there's a new version that they're just temporary for this summer because they're going to 2013 as soon as these classes are over. So they're gifting us this. And it doesn't seem to be working as well as we'd hoped. But, so every time I put in an assignment, it gets duplicated. So I apologize for that. Obviously, you don't only have to do one of each assignment. So let's take a look at what is actually due. I have gone through. I hope they're all cleaned up and haven't been duplicated by some freaky creature out there on the web. So what's due tomorrow? Let's take a look at that. So Word Chapter 5 homework. That's the case grader. All right. And then these quizzes, if they're duplicated, don't worry about it because that's good information. And then there are 2 Chapter 6 homework projects. So this one is right here, GO, AO1, 6. So that one. And then the second one is hopefully not the same. Yes, it is not the same. Okay, so you could do those 2. Now, if you go back here to course content, see if I can get there, and you look under week 4, my fault. Right there. Chapter 2, Chapter 6. If you scroll down, you'll see this folder right here. That's the perfect submissions. This is how they should look. So if you open this baby up and you go right here and you double click, that is exactly how your document should look when you submit it. So just one second. And it should look just like that. Now some people are having a problem with this little guy showing up. If you do, when you submit it, if you do, just email me and I will give you the credit for it. Can't quite figure out why. The people, folks have called my IT lab and they can't figure out why. It is exactly correct. I've actually taken a couple of people's and submitted them through mine and it still doesn't show, even though when you bring it up, it shows. So make sure, just let me know. And it might be right here. If you go to Word option, so if you go right here to File and then Options and then Display, make sure that this print drawing created in Word is on there. And because then maybe it'll hold it. I know if you don't put that when you go to print, it wouldn't print. So if that doesn't show, we're going to try this click object anchors. But I know for sure that you have to have that. And here the same thing, but that's if you do background images and all that. But I'm thinking maybe this is it right there. So if there won't be a question such as this on the test, but there will be for the case grader. That's the capstone case grader. So I'm going to go through that in just a minute. Now, if you go back far enough and you go clear down here to the bottom under application exams, you realize that you have to have passwords for all those. But if you go down to the bottom and you click on practice exams, you don't have to have a password. Now you get to do these once. Only one time practice. So if you click on that, and this is your only attempt, and it'll bring it up, and it takes forever for this to load. But what's nice about this is it has a hints and show me section. So you can go through and it will show you exactly how to do it. And remember, you can only do this one time. So I suggest write it down if you're not familiar with it. So you can see right here it says show me and hint. So position the insertion point at the beginning. If you don't know what that means, go show me and it tells you exactly what to do. Position the insertion point at the beginning of the first paragraph. Well, you just click right there.
And then click the Insert tab.
And then you go Insert, and then so just follow these steps. And then click there and click there. You're just doing exactly what it tells you to do.
Larson.jpg in the My Documents folder.
And there it is. Now the secret is now you have to do it. So you don't get to move on until you actually do this. There's also a hint.
Position the insertion point.
Now these also have
the
sound, so they'll talk you through it too if you have earphones or speakers. So it's the same thing. It just says put the insertion point here, click Insert,
in the illustrations
go to
group,
Picture,
in the
double click
Insert
on the picture, and your training is complete. And now you have to do it. So my suggestion, this is the actual test. This is the real test. You get to go through it once. Well, it's questions like the test. So you get to go through it one time. Now these are the questions. So say you're not sure how to modify footnotes. My suggestion is you go through the whole thing. Just so you get the information. Okay, but same thing. You can do show me, hints. But you only get it one time, so if you open it up and you can't do it again, don't email me and say I blew it. It's only set for one time. So what is due for this week then is right here. So you have Word Chapter 5 Grader Project. You have these. There's only one project for Word. I know there was one that said homework and one that said assignment. They were the same. They're not really the same, but they showed up the same. These two are different. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things due tomorrow. Right? Now the exam is due by Friday. You have to go to a testing center or someplace. And the capstone case grader is also due by Friday. Now that's just like a case grader, only it's the final one. You open it up and you manipulate it. Now it's supposed to have 2 attempts, so I will go back and I will set that back for you for 2 attempts. There should also be a perfect example of that. So if it's not there, I will put that out there as well, so that you can see exactly how that is supposed to look. Aha! Here we go. Case grader project. Oh, practice exams. I think this is, yeah, that's just it. So I will put the perfect submission so you can see exactly how that looks. And it will be in this. It will be under application exams. So it will be down here. Instead of saying practice exams, it will say perfect submissions, and I will put the one out for Word, for Excel, and for PowerPoint. Now these will be in PDFs, so you won't be able to just copy and paste them, but at least you'll know how it's supposed to look. Okay, and then starting Monday, or whenever you want, but for the 9th, you have this stuff due. Excel Chapter 8. So you have a quiz, a case grader, a couple more quizzes, and then another case grader. So you have 2 case graders, and hopefully they are different. So far it looks like it. So you have quite a bit. When we're in Excel, we do a lot, and we do it in 2 weeks. Yep, they're different because Excel's big, and so I want you to spend a lot of time practicing. So we have those that are due on the 9th, and then these that are due on the 16th. The Excel test isn't until the 21st, but remember, you can take that practice test, okay? And then the PowerPoint work is due on there, and then the PowerPoint test and the final exam are due by the 28th. Now the final exam review is pretty close to the final exam, so yeah, you're going to want to get in and take a couple of these practice things. So I'm out of time for this one because I have to keep it to 10 minutes. So I'll get this going and post it to YouTube, and then I'll be back and go through a couple more things, but a little more slowly so we can get a little more organized and under control. Again, I apologize for the confusion, and I hope everything's a little more clear and clarified.